Good evening and welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. 1 second, Monica. I just want to adjust it properly. Make sure you get the right pictures and the right effect. Sorry about that. So, just trying to adjust it. Sorry. You have to get sure. It has to be just so. Yeah. Now, good evening and welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Truth to power. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to start off with this. Free Nnamdi Kanu now. Free Nnamdi Kanu now. Free Nnamdi Kanu now. Free Ole Sunday Igboho now. Free Ole Sunday Igboho now. Free Ole Sunday Igboho now. Holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. Holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. Holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. Igbo kwenu, Igbo kwenu. Igbo kwenu, I hail all of you now. I hail my Igbo brothers. Biafra nation now. I say that, and what I'm saying to you all, as you all know, we've said it time and again, that the government has carried out an illegal rendition of Nnamdi Kanu. Here is the proof. Listen to the lawyer on the case, an American lawyer, that the Fulani government dare not touch. They dare not touch him. I dare them. I dare them to go and touch this man. And let them go and touch this man. I dare them to. If he touch a single hair on him, they go here when. Then go here when. If they touch a single hair on this man, then go here when. You see, when we tell you that the government is not democratic, people are saying, yeah. Listen to the American man. Listen to him. By the way, that does not mean that the Western powers are off the hook. This man is genuine. He's doing the work. But behind the scenes, there are some colonial powers working with the Nigerian government. Let's be very, very clear about that. We have to be very, very clear. But this guy is the real deal. That's what we can tell you. And all we do know is that the Western powers, they play both sides. Whichever wins is the one they support. Let's be very clear. That's how they play the game. That is how they play the game. Now, let's carry on.
Wonderful welcome. First, I'd like to send my greetings to all the people of Nigeria. I've been treated with unexcelled hospitality and generosity. So I want to express those sentiments to feel welcomed from the United States. Mm-hmm. Before I arrived in Abuja, I spent some time in Geneva, where there's a working group on arbitrary detention. It's a 5-member group that's a unit of the United Nations Human Rights Council, and it entertains applications on behalf of persons who have been arbitrarily detained under international law. I submitted an urgent action application on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu.
Did you hear that?
Identifying all of the elements.
He submitted an urgent application on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu. Meanwhile, the Fulani government, you see all the noise they're making. All of this is distraction. They don't want you to know that they are in pepper soup. They are in a hot pepper soup. They don't, you see, it's like, they are like the Fulani government. They are like a toad. You know, when you put a toad or in water, in a pot, and it won't know that it's cooking. I know it's a bit cruel. I shouldn't say that, but anyway. No, I'm not going to use that analogy because actually, anyway, but you know what I'm saying. They are in pepper soup. They are in hot peppers. They don't enter. Sorry, don't let me laugh. They are in hot pepper soup. They are the places where they can run to and hide is rapidly diminishing. And let's see how they get out of this one. Oh yeah.
Of arbitrariness in his current detention, including, for example, his denial of access to counsel, which is triggered the moment he is detained.
Denial of counsel. Did you hear that? Denial of counsel. This is not a small matter. Listen on.
So you've all heard from Ejiofor that he was denied counsel even when he was first brought into court.
Denied counsel even when it was first brought to court. Can you now see? That's the evidence of why we're saying, as Southerners, we are not seen as human beings. We are second-class citizens. That's the evidence right there. Let's listen on. The count is growing bigger and bigger. Fulani government, una don't enter. Make una continue.
But that's not the only denial of detention rights. It seems quite clear, based upon the history of his detention and the struggle for Biafrans through peaceful means to secure a separate sovereignty, that he was singled out because of his ethnicity.
Did you hear that? Singled out because of his ethnicity, because he's an Igbo man. They wanted to make an example of him. Just like they've done with Shiwode. We're asking this time, Shiwode must be completely... they need to let go of Shiwode. For as long as Shiwode and others are in jail, and they're not on bail and in where they can't move around, we're not in a democracy. I've told you guys. Let's listen on.
His membership in the Biafran community, which is a discrimination prohibited specifically under international law and indeed also under the Nigerian Constitution.
Did you hear?
If you read...
Did you hear? Let me play that again. Under the Nigerian Constitution, they prohibit them prosecuting somebody on the basis of their ethnicity. The Nigerian Constitution, it has it in it. The Nigerian Constitution. Let us listen on. You see, the case is it's getting interesting, don't you think? Oh, yeah.
The counts in the complaint, now 7, they come at the 11th hour, which is quite irregular. Ordinarily, you accuse someone a few days before a trial. They consist of activities that are commonplace for all sorts of Nigerians. And why is Nnamdi Kanu the only one charged with such extravagant crimes as treason, levying war against Nigeria?
Exactly.
But in addition to those violations,
they will not charge Gumi with treason, the man that is working with Fulani terrorists, but they will charge Nnamdi Kanu. You see the double standards. RIP one Nigeria. Nami Toka. RIP one Nigeria. Listen on.
Of international law. The fact that he was kidnapped, he was tortured, he was extraordinarily renditioned to Nigeria without any due process of law is also illustrative of the arbitrariness of his detention. And you can think of the irregularity by contemplating the following. At the time that he was delivered from Kenya to Nigeria, he had not even been charged with 4 of the 7 counts that are now laid against him.
Can you see?
That were not advanced and articulated until last week.
Can you see?
He couldn't possibly have been extradited even before legal means.
Can you see?
Under the urgent action process in the working group, the Nigerian foreign minister was immediately notified of the allegations in our complaint. In an ordinary case, there's 60-day response time. But because there's a jeopardy to Nnamdi Kanu's health, including the lack of access to professional medical care.
There you go.
It's on a fast track. If the foreign minister responds, and at present he is not, then I will be permitted an opportunity to answer. But the working group is endowed with authority to make final definitive pronouncements on international law. And the Nigerian government is a signatory to the critical documents, the International Covenant.
Did you hear? We're signatory. The Fulani government, they don't know what they signed. They don't know that they are signatories, and on that basis, when they break that law, they are digging. Keep digging. Fulani government, I beg, continue to dig. You must dig that hole. You need to dig it deeper enough so that we can completely you guys can completely disappear in your own hole. We won't have anything to do with it. Continue to dig, Fulani government. Continue. Oh, yeah.
On civil and political rights and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which bind the government of Nigeria to adherence.
You can't. I'm telling you, we're not a democracy. A government signs international law and breaks the said international law, and they think they are going to get away with it. Good job. Fulani government. Good job. Good job. Oh, yeah.
A pronouncement by the working group of arbitrary detention would be a critical weakness in the movement for even a trial for someone who has been illegally captured and delivered.
Did you hear that? Someone who has been illegally captured. And who is that someone? Holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. Holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. Holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. Holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. I salute Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I salute. Yes, so I throw we salute, my brother. Stay strong. The Fulani government are in hot water. Let them continue to dig. Oh. Make them continue.
It is a fundamental principle, a universal principle of law, domestic and international, that the government should not be able to profit from its own wrongdoing or criminality. And if you permit governments to kidnap and torture and then try persons.
Did you hear that? They kidnap and torture and try and convict. You are the judge and jury. Fulani government. I better continue to dig. Dig now. Dig. Dig more and more. Just continue to dig. I am loving it. Biafra nation now. Yoruba nation now. Middle Belt nation now. Continue to dig. Oh. Make sure you continue to dig. Fulani government. Oh yeah, continue. Oh yeah.
Illegally. You're then emboldening governments to serve as kind of vigilante justice, running around all the world, capturing any of their dissidents with no due process and bringing them back to trial. After I completed my work in Geneva, then I traveled to Athens. I am working with the foreign ministries of Greece and Israel. I didn't get to Israel because of some glitch in COVID-19. But I hope to travel there after this Abuja visit terminates, to sue the government of Nigeria in the International Court of Justice that sits in The Hague.
Did you hear that? They are going to... Fulani government, I beg, continue to dig. Dig. That shovel. Make sure you get... And you have to use Fulani terrorists to dig. Oh. So continue to dig. Oh yeah, dig. Dig now. Continue to dig that hole. Dig it. Because that hole, now for we Southerners, we don't have anything to do with it. It's your own hole. The person will dig the hole, now he go fall inside them. Now that now what me get to say. Oh yeah, continue. Oh yeah.
The International Court of Justice is not like the International Criminal Court. The International Court of Justice only entertains suits between nations. Most recently, in a case very similar to the one concerning Nigeria, the Gambia sued Myanmar in the International Court of Justice for genocide against the Rohingya, and they won early court battles. So the nations bringing suit don't necessarily have to be the ones suffering from the wrongdoing.
You see, you think that if you keep it in-house, una don't enter pepper soup. Fulani government, continue to dig. Oh yeah, dig. I beg dig. We are going for Yoruba nation, Biafra nation, Middle Belt. We are going for it all. We are going for Yoruba nation, Igbo or Biafra nation, Middle Belt. We are going for it. We have the right to self-determination. And you jailing us for speaking up for self-determination is actually a crime. You're breaking the rules of international law that of which you're a signatory. Yes, that's what is happening. Oh yeah, let's continue.
And the International Court of Justice has a history of trying genocide cases, stemming back to the wars that erupted after Yugoslavia disintegrated, Serbia, Croatia, Bosnia, Herzegovina. There are 9-year terms for 15 members of the High Court, that sits in the International Court of Justice, but we think this is important to have a platform that exposes the daily horrors and atrocities that are inflicted on peaceful civilians in the Southeast.
Daily horrors inflicted on the citizens in the Southeast. Fulani government, how market? How market? Continue to dig. When we told you we wanted to go for self-determination, you say no, one Nigeria. Your one Nigeria is going to crumble before your eyes. Continue to dig. Oh yeah.
I want to underscore that this issue of the upheavals and strife in Nigeria are not intended to point one group against another. The idea is to make everybody better off. There's not enmity, there shouldn't be enmity between the Fulani, the Biafrans, the Yoruba. We can work towards a process where everybody in the long run benefits. And I think one of the models that can be utilized in terms of peaceful way in which to reorganize the Nigerian.
That is all we are saying. Peaceful way to reorganize. This union has failed. It has got a terminal illness. Nigeria has got a terminal illness. It must die whether it likes it or not. It cannot survive the terminal illness of born to rule mentality. Yes, Nigeria as a nation cannot survive the terminal illness of born to rule mentality. RIP one Nigeria. I don't talk up. Oh yeah.
Dispensation that benefits all is Czechoslovakia. After the Cold War ended, they had the Czechs and Slovaks were all under one umbrella, Czechoslovakia. But they decided they simply had different histories, different ethoses, and they needed to separate peacefully, which they did. Separated the assets and the liabilities and whatever. So there's no reason why there has to be violence, even if there is a change in the structure of Nigeria. And I want to conclude by welcoming everyone who's in attendance here and the wonderful legal team that Nnamdi Kanu has put together. I'm proud to be a part of.
So, this is exactly the same thing that Professor Banji Akintoye has been espousing. He's been saying that we can actually dissolve without resorting to war. But the Fulani, with their born to rule mentality, they don't listen. They don't listen. They are breaking all the rules and they're putting themselves in power. They are putting themselves as judge and jury in the case of a man that they put through a legal rendition process, of which they've signatories into the United Nations. Look, the list of offenses committed by the government is growing by the minute. So continue to dig. Fulani government, continue to dig. In fact, make I give you the shovel. We can give you more shovel. I beg, who get shovel? You get them for back. Bring them inside. Make you throw away unto them. Make them dig more. Let them continue to dig. So we are here. We support and we salute Nnamdi Kanu. Igbo kwenu. Igbo kwenu. Igbo kwenu. Biafra is coming, whether they like it or not. Yoruba nation is coming, whether they like it or not. Middle Belt nation is coming, whether they like it or not. And like they said, Nigeria has got a terminal illness called born to rule, from which it can never survive. RIP one Nigeria. I said it. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Please, please, and please, as ever, we urge you, go ahead, subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Please subscribe, hit the notification button, give us a thumbs up. As ever, your support is very much needed. The more you support us on YouTube, the more we can reach a bigger audience with the information that we're providing. The kind of information we're giving to you is information that is hopefully going to enlighten fellow Southerners. The message that we are bringing to this platform is for all Southerners. We are particularly encouraged by the news we just had today. They've taken the case to court and the UN, and they're taking it in various places in Europe. I think it's I can't forget the International Criminal Courts in Europe, and then they're taken to another place, another court. They've got 2 cases that's going to be pending that the government has to face. Now, that is an indication that we are on the side of justice. We're on the right side of justice. We are on the side where we're speaking truth to power. We're our right to self-determination is guaranteed, and that the government of the day is being shown to be the ones who are committing crimes against its own citizens. And they mentioned genocide in relation to the Nigerian government. Very damning. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen NY, the platform where we speak truth to power. We only deal in one currency, and that's the truth. We are the Sorosuke generation with evidence. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Please do share this podcast. We truly appreciate you joining us. When you watch this, to share. Once again, I salute my Igbo brothers. Biafra Nation now. Yoruba Nation now. Middle Belt Nation now. RIP One Nigeria. Thank you very much and goodbye.